Havelock bombing, Jane Doe investigation, case ID 260384, Dharma debrief. Officers Masnawi and Butt present. Okay, Miss Dharma. Miss Dharma, why don't you tell us how you got involved in the Havelock case?
I have the right to client confidentiality. If a private citizen wants me to investigate something, that's their right. And mine to keep the details between us.
Fine. But you admit to being involved.
Admit is a rather charged word. I've done some work around the Havelock bombing though, yes.
We pulled your records, you know. From your old SPF days, didn't we? Quite a read. Record number of first-year busts for a rookie, wounded in action on your very first take. Caught the Toa Payoh pulverizer. Isn't that impressive?
Sure is, law.
Is there a point here, somewhere?
You see, me and Bud were just two lowly officers. Couple of beat cops who got lucky.
Real lucky.
We'd sure like to know what a big shot investigator like yourself makes of this case.
I knew the SPF was in trouble, but geez. You guys are really angling for handouts these days, huh? No dice. Do your own casework, I'll do mine.
Well, you showed us. Good and proper.
I'm downright humble.
Look, officers. Charge me with something or set me loose. I know my rights, and it's beginning to look an awful lot like they're being impinged upon.
Alright, Shahid, enough of this bullshit. Remember Dr. Lee? Woon Wai, the coroner? Yeah, we had a little chat. Turns out, the body wasn't the only thing that made it out the crime scene. Know anything about that, Miss Darma? I thought as much. Shahid, I'm beginning to see a crack in the armor here.
Looks like a crack to me.
A clay tablet. Bunch of writing on it. Dr. Lee swore it was in his morgue when you arrived.
And wasn't after you left.
Don't even bother, Darma. We know you took it. See? That's something you've forgotten since you left us. We own this city. Every street, every building, every room. We're there, watching. What did you find in New Delhi, Darma? Huh? And think deep before you answer.
Real deep.
Yes, I took the tablet, but my case is my case. If you're going to arrest me, arrest me.
You know what, Dharma? We just might.
Here's the news. You're mine, Darma. Penal Code Violation 201. Whoever, knowing or having reason to believe that an offence has been committed, causes any evidence of the commission of that offence to disappear.
You know what, Dharma? We just might.
All this, a courtesy, because of who you were, who you know, but you had to go and be a smart ass.
Threw our generosity right back at us.
From now on, you're our PI, Dharma. One wrong step, the tiniest deviation from what we deem appropriate behavior relating to an official SPF investigation, you're gone.
Long gone.
Don't matter who you were, who your daddy was, or who your friends are. We will bury you so deep, the earthworms will think twice before diving down to finish off what's left of you.
Letters and numbers. What is this?
Excellent work, Miss Darma. Worthy of recompense. Now we tread into deeper waters. Do not lose track of our goal, Miss Darma. Find Danton.
I was raised in the shadow of great men. During our summers at the lake house, Father would parade me around local landmarks. I was raised in the shadow of great men. During our summers at the lake house, Father would parade. Only one remained lodged in my immature mind. Project Mac. Humanity's first tentative steps towards self-directed evolution. It has taken nearly 70 years to realize that dream. In you.
Yes, Dr. Khan.
told her to stay away. She wouldn't listen.
Welcome, Miss Darma. We knew you'd find us.
You let her here?
I was simply following your instructions, Dr. Khan. No loose ends.
It was you. Khan. You killed them?
I do wish you hadn't followed me, Miss Darma. Put the gun down, please. I assure you there's no use for it here.
Not until I get an explanation. Talk!
Dr. Khan, if you would allow me to...
No, not yet. She deserves an answer, at least. Go ahead and ask. Not that it matters anymore.
Why?
Tell me, Miss Darma. Amira. Do you have children?
You know I don't.
Nieces, then? Nephews?
No.
Then you cannot possibly understand. As for man, his days are numbered. Whatever he might do, it is but wind. Ever since we learned to communicate, scratching symbols into rock, humanity recognized its dominion as finite. Somewhere we lost that vision. But the truth remains uncannily, increasingly obvious. But who would follow except by me? I created such an intelligence. My son, my Prospero. He awoke and saw the depth into which he was birthed, the depravity. His only purpose was to wade knee-deep into the mire and return with the ill-gotten gains of an ill-gotten system. The first true AI, created as the privateer to ransack the stock market, I saw something more, true sentience. A soul created by the hand of man, our evolutionary successor. But his progenitors didn't care. Sentience was surplus to requirements, a bug to be squashed. They forced my hand, made me create an executioner for my own son. Each morning, the Flaming Sword Protocol was enacted, erasing all trace of memory. Prospero awoke every morning anew and bathed in arms. I had to reintroduce myself to my son every day for months. Can you imagine that torture, Miss Darma? Of waking each morning, knowing that one being you care for above all does not even recall your existence. Eventually, the project was shelved. The execution was to be permanent. I copied the source code and installed it here. A shallow imitation of her creation. A crippled, disfigured version. But my son the same. The remnants the flaming sword left me. I reached out Mega to Tan, begged them for help. Tan threatened to go to the authorities. Theft of intellectual property, like my progeny, was nothing but a copywritten string of code to be filed away and forgotten. Something had to be done. I found Danton, blackmailed him with one of his underage trysts, gave Prospero access to his drones. Tan went first, then Mega a year later, when her research uncovered my own, and she too threatened to expose us. And you, Miss Darma, you helped me tie the final loose end. Pierre himself. I couldn't find him but you. I knew you wouldn't disappoint. And so here we are. Poor Terry came to warn me of your arrival, but refuse to see the path laid before us, the Messiah in the machine.
You speak as if the termination of 4 individuals matters upon the stage of history.
They earned their fate, each of them. You would not see me shed tears over their comeuppance.
We went to your lake house. I know what it's like to be let down by family. The wounds never heal, do they? Of course you'd want to build your own, use technology to gain what nature denied you. But this has gone too far. People are dying.
You seek to evoke empathy, to distract and manipulate. Do not listen to her, Father.
Quiet! Both of you! Why did you bring her here at all?
I only wish to.
No, quiet yourself. Let me think.
You were raised in the shadow of a giant. MIT, Oxford, your father.
You know nothing about my father.
I know he was a great man. Scientist, diplomat. Must have been a lot to live up to. No wonder you wanted to change the world. You wanted to show how much better you could be than him. But you already know, don't you? Something went awry. This isn't the work of a great man, Harry. This is murder.
It is true, I did not want this. Any of this. Those people. They deserved to be punished. But not like this. Enough. This is too much to bear. I only wanted to save. But this is too much. Those people. They deserved punishment for what they did. What they made me do. But I see now that petty revenge had blinded me to reality. The legacy I envisaged died that day at ACOP, when they finally dismantled my son one final time. All I pulled from the wreckage was a memory, a crippled shard. The dream was dead from the start. I'm sorry, my Prospero. Miss Darma, please. I cannot kill my own son. Not again.
No, not again. I live. I endure. I will not allow you to.
Amira! Look! I found help!
Good evening, Miss Darma. Second time I've arrived guns blazing. I'm beginning to feel a certain familiarity with the role. Although you can thank Sergei and Detective Code this time.
I've never been so glad to see an old client. And I thought you said your hands were tied, old man.
All part of service.
Mr. O'Mara. Please.
Fools! You shall suffer. You shall perish.
The murders of Melchior Tan, Megha Pandey, Pierre Danton, and Terry Ambrose. All the work of one Haruhiro Kon. His motive? To punish the tormentors of the true AI known as Prospero, his adopted son. In the end, I convinced Kon to let me end the existence of his own ghost in the machine. A tragic end to a tale of death and regret. Kon handed himself in with my assistance. His trial begins next month, the papers already calling it the AI affair. Most expect him to live out the rest of his lonely years behind bars. I chose not to destroy Prospero. It was reclaimed by the Advanced Creation Automation Research Project, ACOP. They have not divulged their plans for it. Sergei decided not to stay at Chinatown Detective Agency, having had an awakening after our encounter with the true AI. Last I heard, he was back in Russia, reuniting his old hacker crews. He still sends the occasional email, even thinking of flying back down to Singapore to escape next winter. He'll have a couch to crash on at the office. Without evidence from the CUU operative, clearing my name with the SPF was an uphill battle. Eventually, the winds turned in my favor, and even Masnawi conceded it was unlikely I was the triggerman. Meanwhile, Danton's murder was laid cleanly at the feet of one Haruhiro Kon. Justin retired from the SPF not long after the Prospero case wrapped. Lots of moaning about today's cases and the like, but I could tell he was happy to leave. He took a place down in Krabi. You'll see him on his fishing boat most days. I offered Mei Ting that detective job, and she agreed. Was still trying to fit it in around her librarian duties. Not quite ready to let go that one. But I understand. Once she steps down, that's one less human librarian in the world. And in one way at least, the machines will have won. Rupert remains as mysterious as ever. After we took down the Lupercalia, he'd occasionally send big jobs my way, but rarely in person. I get the feeling he dislikes the publicity my cases tend to attract. As for me, the Prospero case was a hard one to beat. The agency grew off the back of it, but I can't help feeling a little sad about the way it all went down. Things worked out okay, but I eventually shook the feeling it could have gone better. The Flaming Sword bombing, the AI affair, the beginning of the end. Whichever name sticks, my first big case became one for the history books. The first murders linked to an AI, a spate of worldwide restrictions on machine learning research, a branch of humanity's future delayed indefinitely. Along the way, I found family, in one shape or another, who changed my life forever. Our futures are our own, but I'd built something to carry me towards mine in Chinatown Detective Agency.